Okay, so I wanted to just do another video because in one of my videos the other day I said that I would end up doing more because I feel like there's going to be more that I need to say, and I do, so I'm going to elaborate a little bit. You know, over this whole process of having this injury, I've done a lot of my own research about it, and being on the Facebook pages that I'm involved with as well has helped tremendously because these people have so much knowledge. It is absolutely insane. But I mean, if you think about it, you know, obviously from my experience, I've had multiple doctors, I've had my surgeon, you know, when I'm ready, I'll have my physiotherapist, and you know, so you've got already these people that know what they're talking about. They've, you know, got the information and stuff, but then you take all these individuals that have gone through this injury and they've got their surgeon, they've got their physiotherapist, they've got their doctors, so it's like you're getting all these different angles of knowledge, and it's amazing, and it has absolutely been a blessing. I find though that it doesn't matter how much knowledge I'm taking in, whether it be from doing my own research or, you know, these people helping me and sharing their stories and stuff, but what I do find is that no one else that has not gone through it will truly understand until you actually give them the facts. So I kind of want to, you know, as much as I am going to be talking about the injury in itself and stuff, I have to warn you, things will probably get repetitive, but that's okay. But I think it's very important to really elaborate on the injury itself for people around you. Because one thing you will find is that not everyone's going to understand. If you say, oh yeah, I fractured my tibia plateau, or I broke my tibia, most people are going to say, or at least think, okay, well, so you broke your leg, why aren't you walking now? You broke your leg, okay, so what is it, 6 weeks in a cast and then you're fine to go? No, no, no. That is not what it is at all. And here is why. You think of every single bone that you have in your body. That is a lot of bones. Hey Siri, how many bones are in the human body? Hey Siri, how many bones are in the human body? Clearly
One moment.
Oh. 206 bones. Okay? There are 206 bones in the human body. Now think of how many billions of people are in the world. Hold on. Hey Siri, how many people are in the world? $7,846,000,000 people. Okay? Now, the tibia plateau fracture makes up 1% of all fractures, right? That's why I got old mate Siri to give me that information, because how many people are in the world? How many bones do you have in your body? Times that, right? I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't even be able to read that number, but that is a lot of people. That is a lot of bones, and this injury makes up for 1% of that. That is how serious and how rare this injury is. So if you're going through this, I'll say to you now that you are literally going through the worst bone you could have broken in your leg. Hands down. And orthopedic surgeons will tell you that. It's not just me being like, this is the worst pain I've ever felt. This is the worst thing I could have done to my leg. No. Like literally, scientifically, biologically, or whatever that word is, bodily, this is the worst thing that we could have done. And if you are watching this and you know somebody that's going through it, go easy. You know, because the thing is, and I can only talk from my experience, so I'll use my partner as an example. She has been so amazing throughout this process. We're coming on 12 weeks since my accident. We're coming up to 3 weeks post surgery, and she has just been, I couldn't even put it into words how amazing she has been, and she literally is just everything to me, and I would not have gotten through this without her. And you know, so she has been so supportive and has done everything she could do. She has researched probably more than I have, and I think that's something that has been really important too, because from the start of this injury, she has never looked at it like I just broke my leg. She's never looked at it like, it's all right, you know. She's always had my back. Like, the thing that I found the hardest, I think, was for the first 6 weeks. If you haven't seen my other videos, for the first 6 weeks, my injury was missed. I had 7 x-rays, I had 2 CT scans, and I had an MRI, and it was missed. And, you know, it got to a point where it just was so, honestly, almost dehumanizing, because I felt like an idiot for trying to tell these doctors that they were wrong because I knew my body. And it did get to a point where I would find it really hard to stand up for myself, because I had been seeing all these different doctors. I had been trying to tell people, you're not listening to me, like I should not be in this much pain. And in those times where I could not stand up for myself and I couldn't speak up for myself, my partner Kate did. And I will forever be grateful to her for that, because honestly, I don't think we would have gotten this far if I had have given up, or if she had have given up. Because honestly, even if I had have given up, she would have been go, go, go. She would have been like, nah, we're getting answers. They're not letting this slide. Something is wrong. And she was a massive motivation for me getting this actually, you know, sorted out. She was with me at every appointment. Her, you know, work was so supportive, and I'm so grateful to them for that. Lucky Rentals, if you ever, you know, want to go on a cool trip around New Zealand, hire a van from them. They're cool. But yeah, definitely do that, because, you know, I wouldn't have gotten through this without her. And I know I've said it so many times, but it is so important, because the thing is, and honestly, this never went through my brain until I joined the Facebook groups, was that yes, I personally am going through this injury. I'm the one that has to deal with the pain. I'm the one that has to deal with the highs and lows. I'm the one that has to go through it physically, but I am not the only person that is affected by my injury. And I never looked at it like that, because what comes with this injury is, I've spoken on it before, and I will continue to speak on it, because honestly, I think it needs to be so much more acknowledged than it is. And that is the emotional toll that this injury will have on you. Because it takes your independence, it takes your dignity away. I'm 26 years old. Do you think I want to have my mum or my partner showering me? Do you know what I mean? I don't want that. To me, I'm like, I'm 26 years old. Like, I'm not a 3-year-old anymore. I should be able to do this for myself. And right now I can't. So, you know, that is something that also takes a toll, because you feel useless as a person. You feel like you are just living in a shell of a body and you can't do anything. You know, people, and you don't realize how much you take it for granted. Like, oh, I'm just going to drive down to the shop, or I'm just going to walk to the toilet, or do you know what I mean? Like, we take it for granted. And until you go through it, you know, obviously people go through horrible injuries where they become paralyzed or lose a limb, and that is absolutely horrible. But until you don't have use of something of your body, you just will never understand. Like, you'll take it for granted, and it's not a bad thing. We're all human, we all do it. I did it. I used to take for granted the fact that I'd never broken a bone. And honestly, I probably manifested breaking a bone, because I used to be like, I've never broken a bone. I drink so much milk. The calcium didn't go very far, did it? Anyway. You know, and this is the thing that I kind of love about these videos, to be honest, if I'm tooting my own horn, is that you will notice that I will just go different directions. I don't even know what I was talking about before, but that's also another thing that will come with this injury, is the mind blanks are absolutely infuriating. You know, you think about walking into a room and you're like, oh my God, why did I come into this room? And then you walk back and you're like, I remember. Honestly. But yeah, so I definitely think, you know, I agree with that so much, is that yes, I'm the one that's injured, but I'm not the only one that is affected, because, you know, with this, you'll notice if you're going through it, you'll know you get depressed. You just want literally someone to just off you. At times it's dark, but it's true. And you know, I'm not going to sit here and pussyfoot and be like, oh, you know, you might get a little bit sad. Like, no, there will be days that you wish that you were dead. And that's the nicest, bluntest way and most truthful way I can put it, because the pain that you have to endure physically and emotionally, there are going to be days where you're like, I should have just died. That'd be better than this. At least I could reincarnate as like a cat or something and get head pats 24/7, you know, because unfortunately it does go through your brain. But that's the thing, you have your highs, you have your lows, and what comes with those feelings are the biggest mood swings ever. Okay, if you're a girl, you know what I'm talking about. You know those PMS shit things you go through. You know, you get those nasty ass mood swings when you're bleeding out your vajayjay. I'm telling you, 25,000 times worse. Like, and they're uncontrollable. They are. But you know, so they are going to affect the people that are around you, because you can't help it. It's not, you know, and that's something that I kind of had to accept and go easy on myself with, because unfortunately Kate was there 24/7 and she took the brunt of my mood swings. You know, she knew that they were mood swings, because I'd apologize, I'd cry, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, honestly, I feel like I could have been bitchier. I feel like I could. Don't ask her that though, because she'll probably disagree. But you know, I had to keep reminding myself, and honestly, she reminded me all the time. She's like, babe, you literally are so justified to be having these mood swings. Like, it's okay. I will take it. Like, just breathe, like go easy on yourself and stuff. And that really helped, because, you know, for so long I really was just being like, I'm such a bitch, like what is wrong with me, like control yourself. And it gets to a point where unfortunately you can't, because the pain is so surreal that all, you know, logic in your brain is gone. Like, that bitch left, yeah, went to get milk, never came back, because you can't help it. Your body and your brain is so I don't even know the word. It's not like infatuated, because it's not cute, and it's not invested because I don't want to be, but it's like just so overwhelmed and consumed. That's the word, consumed. Your body and your brain is so consumed by the pain that you are feeling that you cannot help it. So I just find that really important, that you know that you're going to have mood swings, and unfortunately whoever you're closest to, whoever you love the most, is going to cop it. And you know, I just find that important too, because, you know, if me and Kate had have had some sort of idea how nasty ass I was going to get, we both would have prepared a little bit more. I love her. But yeah, so I just wanted to elaborate more on this injury because, you know, for me, when I was going through it, I never actually thought to look up tibia plateau fracture until Kate's mum told me to, which was the best thing ever, because that's when I started to find the information. But, you know, up until then it was all ACL and get out, go, that, it's not what we're here for, you know. No hate on people that have gone through that. I'm just saying it's not the same thing. You know, but the video that I posted about the emotional side of things was really important to me, that video, because like I said in that video was that I felt like, you know, people would talk about it in their videos. They would say, you know, and nothing could really prepare you for the emotional toll, and I really struggled, and then they'd move on. And that was something that I found really hard because it did make me feel very alone. I'm not going to keep elaborating on that because that is in my other video, but what I do want to say is just a massive thank you to all the support that I've had, especially with the emotional video. You know, obviously I posted it on my the Facebook pages that I'm on, and the outpour of support that I had was just absolutely insane. You know, the comments that I was receiving saying, you know, thank you so much for talking about this, it is something that needs to be acknowledged, or, you know, people just saying that they 100%, this is how I felt, I couldn't have even tried to describe it if I tried, but you know, word for word, like all that kind of stuff, because it does make you realize that you're not alone. And if I can be the person to sit here and be blunt and talk about everything, then I will, because I had this amazing lady called Michelle reach out to me, and, you know, she told me that I saved her from just this massive downfall because, you know, she really was struggling emotionally. And that just made me, like, words can't even explain what that meant to me. And I have so much love for her because, you know, she's really made me want to keep doing these videos. You know, obviously everyone has with their beautiful comments and stuff, but this comment really got me because, you know, she said, I found this group because of you. And that's what I want to do, because if I hadn't have watched Chris's video, I would not have found those Facebook groups. And I very fortunately had Chris comment on my post that I made of my YouTube video, and that was amazing for me to feel like, oh my God, I get to thank the person that brought me to this page. So to be that person for somebody else is just the most humbling and heartwarming feeling that I could ever have, to be honest. You know, it's just amazing. And, you know, one thing that she said that really stuck with me was that she said, I think we all think about making these videos, but our insecurities get in the way. So thank you for being that voice for us. And that's what I want to be, you know. Even if I can't figure out the thumbnails very well, I kind of look a bit deformed in every single thumbnail, but it's just something I have to get used to. You know, but it's good. Oh, here's another fact, is that majority, if not nearly every single adult tibia fracture plateau will always result in surgery. Funny, eh? If you're a kid or a teenager, you really will need surgery unless it's very bad. But majority of adults will need it. And so this is a kind of example. Let me see if I can find it. This is a kind of example of what goes into you. So this here is the plate, and these are the screws. It is very dependent on I guess, the surgeon, the fracture, etc., about how many screws they do end up putting in you. I don't know yet. I have my 6-week post-op checkup in 3.5 weeks, 23 days, and I have x-rays that day, I believe. So I don't know yet how many are in there, but you know, and yeah. So there are going to be a few videos. I'm probably going to take another 2 today. I'm going to touch on my leg and how I'm physically doing, and then I'm going to figure something else out. But yeah, other than that, if you guys have been following along or are here to be a part of my journey, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone and anyone that is watching from Facebook. Again, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I apologize for the lengthy videos, but if you're from Facebook, you've probably got the time to watch. Also, another really important thing is to have dark humor. Okay, next video.